distracted a bit. I won't be facing you because it won't be safe. So, but I do have some important things to share. And when I'm finished sharing this, you will understand maybe why I'm doing it in a situation where I'm by myself and there's no distractions. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, so I just said I was going to make it live today or yesterday about what the Lord revealed to me about sickness and the spiritual components related to sickness. Now, I know that we've been taught a lot of things about sickness, the reasons why it's our fault that we get sick, that circumstances beyond our control make us sick. So the weather, the temperature of the weather, the seasons, being around people that are sick. What I discovered is that there's a bigger truth behind sickness and disease. I don't know if you've ever seen someone being blessed or prayed over where sickness leaves their body. It could be autism, it could be cancer, it could be... Those things are true. But there's a deeper significance to this, and not just a pastor or an evangelist or a priest can do this. These things, anyone filled with the Holy Spirit can cast out a demon, and demons are associated with sickness. And so what I'm going to say, this is a disclaimer. What I'm sharing is my experience. This is something you need to go to the Lord, seek Him in prayer in Galatians 2. Also, too, if this is something that you can relate to, please comment and share. Okay, but other people need to understand this as well. So during my journey of during my isolation and my time of preparation for what is to come, the Lord allowed, because He allows everything. Only through Him can things be permitted. He allowed me to go through some serious physical attacks, mostly at my chest. Now, when I was growing up, I had a lot of tightening in my chest. I was sick. Every time I had a stressful situation like an exam or a test to do, I would develop a significant cough or cold. That was the beginnings, I guess, of my understanding about sickness and disease. Now, when I started this walk, as I mentioned, I had started getting attacks. I could feel a physical hit on my chest, and depending on my state of mind or my physical health and how well I've been taking care of myself, that hit would either become a cough that would be very temporary, so it could be just coughing up the phlegm and getting rid of it, or it would be something that would manifest itself into something like a cold or a flu. I didn't understand it then, but I came to understand since that time. That was actually around my 40-day fast, which I think was about 4 years ago. Since then, I've come to understand that through this last sickness that I had posted, the time when I was coughing profusely, I was to find out that when we are out of the realm of the Spirit, when we are not following God's commandments to stay within the realm of the Spirit, so if we are angry, if we are yelling, angry, feeling vengeful, spiteful, vindictive, holding on to grudges, unforgiving, those are gateways for sickness. And how I found this out is that I don't know if I mentioned this, but when I was washing or doing work for this business I was working with, I used to get into major disagreements with this person. He would make outlandish statements about me. He was very condescending and disrespectful, and it came out of nowhere. And someone who has reasoning and it's pretty fair relations how I deal with people, I could not understand why this person was doing this, and it would upset me. During this time, I also mentioned that I had been followed. I'm also very much monitored. My phone is monitored, and sometimes apps are deleted. I'm logged out of things, etc., etc. So I know where my location is always being monitored. So these arguments I had were usually at a certain location. And so what I found out is that I was followed to this location, and whatever it is they do in regards to witchcraft to project sickness actually manifests itself, because during those times that I'm working, I get angry. These arguments I have with this person, I get angry, which is not in my character to say per se. We all get angry, but since the Lord has put me through this purification process, being angry was not something that happened to me like lately. It had to be something significant. Anyway, that day I developed a severe cough. Like I was coughing up blood and some phlegm. And it was happening around certain people and locations I would go. And so I started to piece things together, and I realized that this was a plan of the enemy to a coven. So I assembled a group of people. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the same, don't have to know each other, but they have to have the same assignment. And so what it is, everywhere that I frequent, they would go and they would act nonchalant, pretend that they don't know me or they weren't there for that purpose, and they would project this sickness. Now, once it's set and it's in you, once you start this cough or whatever it is, sickness it might be, all we have to do is project to continue it, to have it manifest. Now, what I discovered is if you by yourself, like when I was driving, like right now by myself, the symptoms would subside. So what I had to do was I'd have to find opportunities to be alone so that the symptoms would go away and I would get healthy. And then any other time that I would get upset, I could get upset, I chose not to get upset. And that's how I'm better now. That being said, it's not just coughing. It can be your hearing, it can be your vision, it can be your ability to walk. All of those things, anything to do with your health. This is what I discovered. Now, I don't know if anyone is into witchcraft or was into witchcraft and can verify this, but I promise you that there are people that can verify this. People that used to be into witchcraft that can verify this. This is a short live. I'd had to share this. I'm not going to be alone for very much longer, but I need to make sure that you know that I had mentioned that there was an attack against my life, and that was one attempt. I don't know what the consequence for that will be, but the Lord does not sleep, he does not slumber, and he's my protector and my provider. All right, I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the channel. Until next time, all be blessed. Remember, you're made marvelously, specifically for this time. You're a special generation.